Hello, hello, everyone. Playing the Final Destination music because this is the final FTEs I'm going to be reading for one of these streams. The only ones we have left after this are Straw 2, which I've already done, so I just have to go over them and decide where they fit on the tier list. I'll probably take half stream to do that. Maybe we'll do that with the Kahoot stream that apparently is happening. Once we figure out exactly what that is. It's basically the Guilty Flygon channel quiz where I'm going to quiz you on every game I played, apparently. That sounds fun. I'll see about that. Maybe for next week. But for now, we're going to do the final three V3 FTEs, which is Kurumi Tojo, Rentaro Amami, and Ryoma Hoshi. It's been a while. All three of them are in low content right now. Let me bring up the tier list. It's, whoops. There we go. All three of them are in low content right now because, Kaede, that's just the Kaede versions of their FTs. So we're gonna see where they end up now. Chihiro's the best FTE. I think Chihiro got put in, like, what? B, probably? Yeah. Because it was, you know, it was funny, but not super relevant to understanding Chihiro as a character, I'd argue. Kind of intentionally, because you gotta preserve the twist, I suppose. Anyway, it's been a while, so let's reminisce a little bit, huh? So these ones that are in just regular bad are both kind of boring, and also they ruin the parts about a character that I enjoyed, I believe. I don't remember exactly what was wrong with Genocide Jax. I think they were just, like, devoid of content. But I know Leon's got rid of the only thing about him I found interesting, which was the fact that he didn't really care about his talent. Because in the end he's like, actually I love baseball. I'm like, okay, so there's no interesting qualities to you. And then Celeste is down here because hers says she wins at gambling through luck, which totally ruins her, like, cold calculating persona. Yeah, I actually don't know. What's the total for the Kokichi-ing? I think it'd be like... I don't even remember. We've done it at least like 3 times, right? I said it would double each time, so it's like $40 right now or something. Genocide Jack has FTs? Apparently. They might be a bonus mode feature, but I did them anyway, because I also did Kaede's FTs. The ones that are in C other than these three are because Sayaka, this fella, I never remember his name when I need to, because it sounds like someone else's name, right? That's why I never remember it. Anyway, and Sayaka are all... Let's not do all of Kokichi's Freedom once again, yeah. These three all have only like 2 FTs because they show up at weird points in the game. Like Sayaka and Junko, quote-unquote, both go out before the end of the first chapter, and then our inventor friend shows up like in chapter 5, so... The personality showcase ones are just ones that are like, let's do a funny situation with this character that kind of, like, has you understand the kind of character they are, but it doesn't really, like, lend into truly understanding what their purpose in the story is going to be, which is what the A tier is. It gives you a little hint on, like, so it feels like it was actually worth it, you know? Other than just, you know, spending more time with a character you enjoy. And then S tier, there's a lot of them in here. S tier is actually bad, because if you're an S tier, that means that your FTs are too important for understanding your character. Like, Kazuichi's secret nerd side. Or Byakuya's previous death game experience. What's another good one? I can't remember all of these, obviously. Sakura's dojo training to be the best fighter thing, you know? Part of these are just because these are characters that tend to not get a whole lot of time, so the FTs, like, dump all the info. Oh my god, what just happened? Their FTs dump all their info on you that they would have done in the story if they were in the story. I actually don't know about the skills. I should do a... Well, no, because then I'd have to actually go through the trial with all the skills, but a skill tier list. And then S+, these are FTs that are important for understanding the character, and they also ruin the character. Like, you could argue that these are kind of in the same quality for that. But the ones in S+ are even worse, because they are new information not presented to you, that is, like, really relevant to the character. Like, Leon liking baseball isn't super relevant to his role in the story. Whereas, like, Hifumi's entire emotional backstory is kind of, like, that could be actually something that might make you think he's anything other than just a wasted character. I can't remember a lot of these other ones either. I know Tsurugi's is something about, like... I think Tsurugi's is in here because it contradicts his whole character arc. And it turns Kazuna into a mob boss somehow, which is crazy. Is Himiko loved or hated? I feel like Himiko is exactly B tier, right? In most cases for people. I know for me that's where I'm at with her. Like, she has an arc technically, but you don't really get to see her much in the game, so she's just kind of a meh character, which is very funny considering her personality. Anyway, let's decide who we're doing first. Place your bets! No, it's Ryoma! Wow, that was like... I thought that was going to be Rantaro for sure. Okay, so I gotta put you back on starting soon. And I will pull that up. And also shut off Final Destination. So you can hear it. Mob boss Kazuna is killing me. It's true! That's where the whole organ thief thing came from. Alright, where did I put them? It's been so long. I think they're called V3Ts. Ah, they're there. I got them. I still have Gontas in here for some reason. Ryoma. I don't know how good of a deep voice I'm going to be able to do, but I'll try my best. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep that up the whole time. I just got to skip through the video to where the FTs start. And we give the gifts. Okay. And I still have this setting, surely. Yeah, okay, here it is. Alright. I gotta close the chat window on OBS because I really don't need it because it doesn't even work right now. And then we'll just... Yeah. Sure, I guess that works. Alright. Here we go. Actually, I should test my my audio quality first, because I actually don't know how loud the music is right now. Let's just see. Give me like 3 seconds. It's probably fine. I'm going to drop it ever so slightly. Okay. Just in case the deep voice gets washed out. Let's go.
Hey.
Well, why did you come to talk to me? You probably just want to hear about how I took down that mafia, right?
Huh?
What? That's not what I was planning at all.
You're...
Really? You've got a nosy-looking face. Are you worried about whether or not I still care about tennis? For some reason, that's another thing busybodies seem to care about.
No.
No, I really wasn't trying to, I just wanted to talk to you, Ryoma.
Is that so?
You've still got a
So I was the only one who was worried. I've still got a ways to go.
Well, to be honest, I can't say that I have no interest in your ultimate talent.
Well, that is honest. Aren't you a detective? Such honesty might be seen as foolish, you know.
I suppose that's true, yes.
But, out of respect for that honesty, I don't mind talking about tennis for a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Didn't you hear me? Now then, what should I talk about specifically?
Ryoma looked downward in contemplation, yet his expression remained happy. It seems as though Ryoma hasn't lost his passion for tennis. Awesome. He puts on an act like it's not a big deal, but clearly, he must be really struggling. Okay.
Then
How about you tell me a little bit about your friends from the tennis club?
My friends from the tennis club?
then
The one who sticks out most is that one guy,
Who?
yeah.
our team captain. I do regret that I was never able to break his zone.
His zone?
In other words.
A skill where he can stay in a single spot and continually return the ball.
Whoa, you could do that?
Not me. Our captain was the one who could do that. I was called an ultimate, but compared to them, I've still got a ways to go. There was also an upperclassman in the club who was considered a genius. I see how that line became a meme now. He developed counter moves that only he could possibly pull off. He was always smiling, but you could never quite tell what he was thinking.
Oh.
Speaking of that, there was another upperclassman. He made us drink these weird drinks. They were so nasty I thought I was gonna die.
It was that bad, huh? That sounds like something Kaido would do.
He said that they were made of vegetable juice, but anyone could tell they weren't normal.
I see. Your school had some, unique players.
Yeah.
I suppose. It certainly wasn't boring. But it's a place I got nothing to do with anymore.
Ryoma.
Sorry.
I was talking too much. You probably got bored listening. Sorry I wasted your time. See ya.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, right. My bad about earlier, when I said you had a nosy-looking face.
No.
That's alright, Ryoma. It doesn't bother me a bit.
See ya.
Is that so? Well, see ya.
Okay. We're looking very B tier at this point. We'll see. Here's a drinking game. Drink every time. Who? Who says that? It you must be Ryoma. Says that still got a ways to go, yeah.
Certainly wasn't boring, but it was probably illegal.
Wow, that's rude. I solved murder of Sonic the Hedgehog instantly. My intellect is great. Alright. Anyway. Let's move on to the next one. By the way, to do this, I have to, hold on. To do this voice, I have to, like, put my finger up against my throat and kind of, like, push a little bit. It's true. It helps. Anyway.
What's wrong?
What's up? I don't think there's anything for us to talk about.
No.
No? Well, I know Ryoma hasn't lost his passion for tennis. After listening to the way he talks about his old tennis friends, I'm sure of it. Maybe I can help Ryoma accept his feelings. You're following the same trap as everyone else.
Hey, what's the matter?
Hey.
I was just thinking about how fun your tennis stories are. I'd love to hear more.
What now?
You actually enjoyed those? What a strange guy. We talked about my tennis friends. What else did you want to hear?
Then
Maybe you have some stories about your rivals?
My rivals. I don't know if I'd call them that, but there were some people. Do you remember the captain I talked about last time?
if I remember
The guy that used that zone technique.
but
There was a guy who beat him.
What? His zone was broken?
Yeah. He used a technique called insight to see his opponent's weaknesses.
What?
He made full use of this technique to beat his opponents down. He was feared as the king of the courts. Just wait until halfway through this FTE session when we find out Ryoma wasn't the ultimate tennis pro. He was the ultimate Mario tennis pro, and he just used his skill. Anyway.
King?
however,
There were others with crazy nicknames like Child of God and Emperor.
Child of God? Emperor? There are tennis players like that?
Yeah, the Child of God's aura was real pain. All 5 of my senses were stolen. In the end, I couldn't even stand.
This is definitely a reference to an anime. Your senses were stolen?
The Emperor's special technique was called Furin Kazan. I faced it once. But then he unsealed its true power and it became Furin Kazin San Rai.
You need all those secret techniques for tennis?
We'd all give everything we had. Being defeated only made us stronger. That was the type of world I lived in.
Our teammates' anime characters. Insight's a ripoff of Goombella's Tattle. I'm sorry. That's
This is beyond the realm of
this is beyond the realm of tennis. How did you get your senses back?
sheesh.
It's foolish to assume your common sense applies everywhere. This is a good example, right? It's common sense to me, but not to you.
I suppose so.
Well, that's enough.
Okay.
That's true.
It must have been a lot of fun.
Why?
Why would you think that?
That's
Well, because you looked like you were having a lot of fun telling the story.
You're right. I can't say it was bored. But that's an old story.
well.
I'd love to watch a match someday.
Don't you get it?
You're telling me to play again? Impossible.
No.
No, well, I'd love to watch you play, but I could watch other players too.
Then when we get out of here, I'll see if I can get you into a match. But just so you know, I won't come with you.
Well,
Well, that's enough. If I talk any more, I'll start to remember things best forgotten.
oh.
What am I saying? It's not like me to get so emotional.
See ya.
Anyway, see ya.
I am downtrodden. Alright. Every time what says what? Autocorrect why? Threading your friend's bloodline? What does that mean? What? No, on the outside of my throat. What do you... That's not... Okay. Insight's a ripoff of Tattle. Yes, teammates anime characters. Ryoma's tennis team is either a big anime or Mario Tennis Aces. Hey, there you go. I didn't know you had to watch anime fight battles to play tennis. True. Yeah, allergies are just a suggestion. Absolutely not. Who's truly the ultimate tennis player? Ryoma or Waluigi? I mean, given Waluigi's lanky limbs and height, I would say he should be better than Ryoma, but... You know, this is Danganronpa. Ryoma's probably got a superpower. I will end your bloodline. Oh, threatened. A lot of autocorrecting going on here.
Hey.
Hey, Shuichi, I'm not gonna talk about tennis anymore.
What? What? Why? What happened?
I know what you're up to. You just want me to play tennis again. Thought so.
Hey.
Listen up, I'm no longer the ultimate tennis pro. That's just a shell of who I used to be. I threw away my past.
But
Did you really, Ryoma?
What?
Huh?
hey,
I don't think it was so easy to throw away the burdens we carry. It's hard to see what you're carrying on your own back. Even if you wanted to throw it all away, I'm sure some is still there clinging to you. Something you can't quite get rid of, like a coffee stain on your shirt.
A coffee stain? What kind of an example is that?
no.
Well, my uncle used to say that all the time. He taught me that detectives should always look for the stain on people. That's how you find the truth. Or how my uncle did, anyway.
So that's something you got from your uncle. Well, I guess it works after all. I bet your uncle's a good detective.
I knew it.
There's something you're still carrying. Is it
No, it's not tennis. It's something that should never happen in tennis. But I gathered my resolve and did it. I murdered someone on a tennis court.
resolve? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. We were talking about coffee stains on my back though, right? Sorry, but I got nothing back there.
However,
If there was one regret I was carrying around, it'd be her.
Ooh.
yeah.
There was someone I promised my future to.
You mean like a lover?
Is it that surprising I had a lover? I'm used to that reaction.
But you said you had. Past tense?
Yeah. I met her in America while I was studying tennis abroad. At the time, I didn't believe in love, thought it was a joke. Honestly, I don't know how we fell in love, but she's not a part of this world anymore.
No.
So, she...
Yeah, she died.
Why?
I'm sorry. How did she die?
I decided to throw everything away. It didn't matter if we loved each other.
But she was so important that you wanted a future together, so why?
Don't you get it?
She would have been unhappy being with me. No, not just her. Anyone.
What?
That's why you shouldn't bother with me anymore. Got it?
Ryoma.
See ya.
See ya.
Alright, I definitely need to pause and take a drink. Whew.
You think I'm a stain?
Yeah. Eagles and water guns and American flags. Yeah. I guess the Ultimate Tennis Pro would be in international tennis tournaments, huh? Do they have those for high school students? Nauer, not the body pillow. Nauer.
Hey, Shuichi, you know what I'm gonna say, right?
That's
I could venture a guess. You don't want me talking to you.
Don't you get it?
Exactly. Like I said before, don't bother with me.
But that's not an order, is it?
True, I've got no right ordering you around. So, what business do you have with a guy who'd throw away his own lover?
because
I can't imagine you would do something heartless, Ryoma. You must have had your reasons. Something to do with the mafia? So, why did you do it, Ryoma?
You really want to hear about it?
okay.
I'd like to hear it from you.
That face tells me you're not interested as a detective. If that's the case, I've got no reason not to answer. Started with an invitation.
Alright. Started with a kiss. How did it end up like this?
No.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
But
You say that, but it's written all over your face you want to hear it.
But
And it's written on your face that you're desperate to tell someone.
Well played. Seems like you got some spine after all. In that case, I'll make you listen. If you regret it later, that's on you. Started with a kiss. How did it end up like this?
Is it dangerous to tell me?
You scared? Don't just stop halfway, detective. You'll never find the truth like that.
No, I'm prepared for this. I can't back down now.
I'm...
I want you to tell me, Ryoma.
Okay. Started with an invitation. I was to an underground tennis competition.
It was. That makes way more sense. I was like, that sentence structure is nothing.
It was an underground tennis competition held on a mafia-owned luxury liner.
An underground tennis competition?
in other words,
They were gambling on the matches. It was just a vulgar hobby of the rich. I didn't want to get involved with it, but they wouldn't let up. I thought I'd teach them a lesson by showing up and ruining things.
Gambling on tennis. There's a niche for everything.
True. They called it a tournament, but it was just a bunch of fixed matches. I didn't like that, so I pretended to go along with their plan. And at the last second, I crushed the opponent I was meant to lose against.
Well, no wonder they wanted to kill you. What? But if your opponent was with the Mafia, that would mean...
Yeah, mafiosos got real upset when their reputation was ruined. Back then I was naive. Too naive.
Clearly.
It never crossed my mind that they'd massacre my family as revenge.
No.
Massacre?
My lover was safe, but I didn't know when they'd get to her. That's why I had her run somewhere far away. But it was no use. They found her and killed her anyway. I was the only one who escaped the Mafia, and even then, just barely.
I don't believe it.
I shouldn't have let her go. I should have kept her by my side and protected her. If I'd done that, then at least she wouldn't have been alone.
well,
You know what happened after that, right?
That's...
You massacred them for revenge.
yeah.
And that's why I was thrown in prison.
This is more than I would have ever expected from Ryoma.
Jeez.
See? You shouldn't have asked. I'm just a helpless fool.
Don't just stop halfway, detective. Don't take that out of context. Is he from the movie Sing? I don't know. Oh. Okay. Let's go to the final one. Get a little sore of doing this voice. This is going to be the voice massacre, and then the other two are going to be fine.
What on earth are you thinking? You know full well you shouldn't bother with me, so why are you still here?
I've been told not to get involved countless times before, but
I'm...
I don't intend on throwing our relationship away, Ryoma, and I won't let you either.
Because...
You knew the consequences, but stuck to your feelings anyway. I respect that. I don't want someone I respect to tell me that they have nothing. That's why I want to stay by your side, as your classmate and your friend. Ryoma?
Jeez, so this is what it's like to be at a loss for words. You're a bigger idiot than me,
Do what you want.
but I don't dislike that about you.
Then...
Ryoma?
Please.
Shuichi, you got a minute? Let's go to my research lab.
Here we go.
Hey,
First, go ahead and take these.
A tennis ball and racket?
what?
I don't know if you've played tennis before, but you can hit the ball, right?
That's true.
I think I can.
If It's decided.
Then I'm gonna check your resolve. Ready? Aim for me with the ball.
Huh?
Aim for you?
Your
Try hitting me with it. Right in the face if you can.
Huh?
You want me to do what? Hit you? Are you serious?
what?
I said I was going to test your resolve, right? So show me.
Wait!
I can't do that. It's dangerous. It's not really that. It's a tennis ball.
You can't become that big of an idiot? Well, too bad. Come on, join me in my stupidity. This is the only way I can test your resolve.
Alright, I suppose. If this is what you want, Ryoma. Ryoma stood on the other side of the net. Wouldn't putting your foot down and saying no also test your resolve? I would be no match for you.
Huh? I'm not saying we should have a match. I want to see your resolve. This is a test of feelings, not skill.
What?
I'll say it one more time. Shuichi, serve the ball right at me.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, I'll do it.
Don't get too excited.
I don't know what he's thinking, but if this is what he wants...
Good answer. I knew you were that kind of idiot. Now, let's get stupid.
It's very funny. Ryoma stood on the other side of the net, tennis racket gripped lightly in his hand. Imitating the pros to the best of my ability, I threw the ball up and swung. Plop. My racket connected, and the ball flew toward Ryoma faster than I expected. Ugh. Ryoma!
That was a good serve. I could feel how serious you are.
It's not over
But you
yet.
still got a ways to go.
Whap.
Huh?
What? I stood frozen in fear. The ball grazed by my cheek so close I could feel the fibers. Wait a minute! You're gonna hit it back at me?
I never said I wouldn't. Don't worry, I won't hit any vital parts.
He's got his game face on. What am I supposed to do? Our fierce battle begun. Over the course of the match, I realized why Ryoma would test me like this. Because that's just Ryoma's way. During that game, we were both having fun, goofing off, messing around. I don't know how much time passed. After every drop of our energy was spent, we both collapsed on the court, panting.
Hey,
Hey, Shuichi, even if we get out of here, I'll still be in prison, but if I ever get out, I'm gonna go and pick up everything I threw away. It's too late for a lot of things, but if I can still reach some,
I'd like to bear those stains again. Just like how I'm bearing you on my back right now.
Can you not say that so sensually? Yeah. Ryoma hasn't lost his passion for tennis. I'm so glad I could help him face that side of himself. That's what this was all about, right? I helped him find the fun of the game again, because of our bond as friends. As long as we have that bond, no opponent can ever beat us. Except for one. Alright. Let's see.
don't bother. I just want to be emo by myself in silence.
That's Ryoma, alright. Hit me, baby, one more time. Okay. Ryoma has a poker face? I suppose he does. Let's Get Stupid sounds like the start to a fun stream. Let's Get Stupid should have also been turned into a meme. And then he wasn't able to do any of that because he instantly gets killed by Kurumi. Yeah. In true Danganronpa fashion. Allow me to switch to tears. Like Tear Maker. Did that work? It did, okay. Oh god, I moved Korekio. I think he was there. I think it's S. I think it's definitely S. There's a lot here. Like, we learned that his family got murdered by the mafia. But in here we learn like the reason why the mafia were mad at him. We learn his regrets around, you know, not staying and protecting the one person he had left. And then we have this nice moment. Honestly, Ryoma is my... Is this the way I want to phrase it? I guess it is. Ryoma is my least favorite character in Danganronpa V3. He's not the worst character. He's just my least favorite because he has nothing to do in the entire plot. And it feels like this should have just been Kaido. You know? It feels like this should have been Kaido's backstory as Shuichi's mentor. Like, that would give him the perfect reason to go and talk to Shuichi after Kaede dies in the first chapter. And the back and forth between them of, oh, so you do have a spine, makes a lot of sense for Shuichi's arc moving forward. And then they could have just put someone else in the game if we just combined a couple of those aspects with Kaido. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, Ryoma has nothing to do in the entire game. Other than get murdered and say a couple bad lines. And by bad, I mean, like, jokingly bad. And her name is Kirumi Tojo. Yeah. Kazuna stole his organs from Ryoma's entire bloodline in the past, both present and future. I think there should be a requirement where someone needs at least as many lines in the main game as they have in FTs. That would be nice, yeah. I really hate FTs for the most part. I think they're bad. They can kind of work sometimes. They're in there for replayability, right? That's supposed to be their thing. But who is really replaying Danganronpa just to do different FTEs? Nobody. Right? And what you do is you just play through the main game and then you watch them all in the bonus mode. And I do think there is some validity to each playthrough being a little different because you went and hung out with different characters. Like, Mahir is one of my favorite characters from the second game because I was doing her FTs and then she died before I got to do the last one. That's part of the reason why. So it was like, I think the fourth one probably is an argument, right? Because that's how it usually works. So it was like an argument, and then she wouldn't talk to me afterwards, and then she died. And I was like, God damn it. But I think you can do that without having like this whole FTE structure, which locks a bunch of the characterization for like most of the characters that aren't going to be main characters behind like a bonus mode wall. You know what I mean? Like, you just throw all that stuff in the main story. And then you have, like, you know, the special item cutscenes? Like, where Ryoma is painting Kaede's nails. Rantaro is painting Kaede's nails. Or certain other ones, which I'm sure you know about. I am totally fine with those. And if you got to choose, like, one of those to focus on per chapter, like, as you're like talking to everybody on the first day after you wake up after the trial, and there's like 3 paths you can take to do a certain event with a certain group of characters, that'd be cool. And then you wouldn't really be missing out on super much characterization because it's more about the event and spending time with them. You know what I mean? Instead of learning their backstory, which is something that should happen in the main game. But yeah. FTs give us a glimpse into what could have been. Well, kind of. Because I guess it depends on the way you look at it. Because to me, FTs are just like, this is all happening. It's just you only get to see some of it, right? Which makes sense in the real world. Like, yeah, you're not going to learn the backstory of literally every person in your class. But in a game like this, I feel like you need to at least have most of that presented, you know? Otherwise, there's no point in having 16 characters. You might as well just have like 7 and 1 dies every chapter. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's up to Rantaro versus Kirumi. And thankfully, both of their voices are pretty easy. Because Rantaro's just this, and Kirumi is British. Who did we see so far? Just Ryoma. You've only missed one. Oh, now we're doing Rantaro. Okay. They both start with R, and I keep trying to say the other one for the other one. Okay. So I'll delete Ryoma. No, I don't want to remove starting soon. Jeez, that was close. Yeah, Fire Emblem's an interesting case, because it's the same thing, and there's, like, even more characters than Danganronpa. But I guess the difference is, like, the characters don't die. Like, you don't have limited time to get those anymore. In the old games, you did, and that was definitely a frustration. Like, Fire Emblem 7, it is extremely complex to get the support system to work. But in this case, unless you screw up and don't reset a chapter, the characters are all there the whole time, and you can just decide to befriend whoever you want. Oh no, my fave, Ryoma. Not truthful. Dirty jokes in tennis. That's true. I think Fire Emblem's almost the opposite case, kind of, in some scenarios, because the FTs didn't used to be plot relevant, but now that you can access them all, now some of them are, like, plot relevant. It's like, why? No! But I think in general, the Fire Emblem system is probably the one I would model it off of. Like, Engage and stuff, where you can just be with everybody. Carla is such an easy character to recruit and get her supports. Uh-huh, I'm sure. Isn't that the character where you have to, like, arbitrarily send one character into a coliseum, and that character has to, like, I don't remember. I don't think I've ever got Carla, but that's definitely one of the most complicated ones. It's not as bad as, like, Genealogy, though, where you have to stand on a very specific tile to get a random item that has no description that then a character wants later, so you have to trade it to them, or whatever, you know what I mean? I was talking about the more recent Fire Emblem games, not the more recent Kaga games. But I don't even know what games he's working on anymore. Anyway, Fire Emblem tangent complete. That's so sweet. I give up. Okay, that's a whiplash. But here we go.
I give up. Why is this happening to us? Why were we brought here?
That's
I'm not sure. They told us this was a school, but I have my doubts.
actually.
Even if this was a school, it makes no sense to have a bear robot for a headmaster. Oops, I shouldn't say that. Kibo wouldn't like me saying something so bad about robots. That is true. Ultimate robot. I never could have seen that coming. Guess anything goes. Maybe my talent is something really obscure, too. Rantaro, you still don't remember your talent?
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's a real pain. Everyone else remembers their talent, but why can't you remember yours? Maybe I don't want to remember. Huh?
How should I put it?
Maybe I was brought here unwillingly. Maybe it was a mistake and I don't really even have a talent. I mean, it's not impossible, right? It certainly isn't. I wasn't exactly brought here willingly either.
Uh-huh.
We're similar. I'm called the Ultimate Detective just because I happen to solve a case. Now that I think about it...
Oh, thank goodness I looked down. I forgot to switch the thing. Don't worry. All you missed was Rantaro looking at, nothing. Well, now I can read about Carla. Carla needs to have Bartray at level 5, promoted by a certain map, 3 maps before the end, and then deploy him, and he needs to fight her, and they both need to live. And she's awful. I'm legally blind! That's so cool. And now you guys are still yelling at me, but it was 20 seconds ago, and I turned the screen on, and you don't even know it yet. I can see! You're welcome. And I did it for free. Crazy.
Hey, Rentaro, maybe you don't remember your specific talent, but you do remember everything from before you came here, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that stuff. I wouldn't have been able to introduce myself otherwise.
Then,
Well then, tell me everything that you remember. There may be a hint in there.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I guess I'm more shaken up than I thought.
That's true.
Where to begin? If I started at my childhood, this'll take forever.
Then,
How about your favorite things? Perhaps your hobbies? People become ultimates by devoting themselves to their hobbies and honing their skills.
that's true.
Then I'd have to say traveling.
Huh?
Traveling?
I'm...
Traveling's my hobby. Actually, I travel around the world by boat.
Huh?
On a boat? Whoa, that's amazing. No. I'm not the amazing one. My dad is. I just freeload on his boat. How do I put it? I guess you could say I'm a rich kid. My family's pretty wealthy. I sort of take my parents' boat and do whatever I want. Oh man, I sound like a spoiled brat, don't I?
No.
No, not at all. I'm just taken aback. I've never met a rich kid before.
Actually,
Well, I help out with the family business too. I look for trading partners while I travel. Globetrotting like that, you make a lot of connections, you know?
could it be...
Maybe you're something like the ultimate rich kid or the ultimate traveler.
No.
Nah, neither of those sound right. As far as rich kids go, there are plenty of people out there richer. And traveler, I don't know. Sounds a bit too romantic for me.
That means...
Ultimate useless older brother? Sounds a lot more up my alley. Useless older brother? What do you mean? You have siblings, but... Sorry, Shuichi. I really don't want to talk about it. But...
Never mind.
Really, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even mentioned it. Forget it.
The ultimate rich kid would be Byakuya, yeah. Alright, let's see. I like yelling at guilty. Well, we should vote on whether we do the Friday or Saturday stream thing for starting soon if you only add one. That's true. Just like so many of the final V3 FTs, Rentara's the same. Wow. What do I have against Rentara's last one? Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, you say there could never be an ultimate rich kid, but Ryoma's the ultimate prisoner, so how does that work? I mean, he's technically the ultimate tennis pro, but he is the ultimate prisoner too, I think, right? He's dressed in prison garb, not tennis garb by the school, so. What's another silly one? There's a sillier one. I think from Danganronpa 1, right? I don't remember it. Oh, no. How did I do that? Oh, no. Okay, hold on. I can fix this. I turned the speed up somehow. Okay, there we go. That was pretty funny. No, I see. Alright. There's an exisal back there.
What's wrong?
It's gonna move every frame. The exisal. That's funny.
Hey, Shuichi, what's wrong? You look so serious. Is there something bothering you? We can talk about it if you want.
No.
I'm just worried, Rantaro. Worried? What about?
Hey!
About what you said before, that you're the ultimate useless older brother. Yeah. I told you. Forget about that.
But...
I'm sorry, but I can't. What did you mean by that? What does it mean? Rentaro? Who cares about that?
Huh?
What?
Hey.
Hey, do you want to talk about my talent? I still can't remember what it is. I can tell you more about my hobbies if you'd like to hear. There's that smile again. It's a warning that he doesn't want me to push.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It really helps a lot, you know.
If I remember.
You said traveling was your hobby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I was brought here, I was traveling in Northern Europe. Northern Europe? I imagine it's something like a fairy tale.
That's true.
Yeah. The cityscapes are gorgeous, but the nature is the best part, right out of a storybook. Although the people, they seem friendly, but when you get down to it, they're pretty aloof.
That's
If the environment is harsh, perhaps the culture developed that way as well.
right.
Yeah, sometimes it's something like that. Like there was one time I was trying to get some information. I was suspected of being an informant or something, almost gotten taken out.
I wonder where we might have been.
Huh? Taken out? He couldn't possibly mean. But South America? That's where you have to watch out. There are a lot of shady areas. But it's not all bad. You can get whatever you want if you're willing to take some risks. Take some risks?
Yeah.
Oh, don't ask. If I told you your life would be in danger.
That's
Why do you have so much, dangerous information, Rantaro?
nothing.
Well, that's just how things played out. Just how it played out, huh? Rantaro, I feel like you and I have a very different definition of travel. Really? What do you think of by travel?
Remember.
Like a relaxing and touring scenic locations.
No.
I go sightseeing too. I travel to see everything, you know?
No.
I suppose that includes all of that danger you mentioned earlier. Maybe that's it. What's it?
Yes.
Your
that's
ultimate
it.
talent. You disguise yourself as a high school student traveling around the world. Maybe you're the ultimate spy or something like that. Huh. Spy, huh? No, I don't think so. I mean, if I were a spy, I wouldn't have told you my identity, or gotten caught out like this. Besides, I couldn't be anything cool like that. Look at me. I'm just a regular guy. Rantaro's always smiling. It's a gentle, friendly smile.
Wrong.
Something wrong?
No.
No, it's nothing. But right now, I feel like that smile is a wall.
Ultimate Spy could be a fun one for an actual Danganronpa game, you know? Good universe Rantaro.
Hello, I'm the ultimate traveler.
I mean, he's actually the ultimate adventurer, right? So, like, pretty close. Almost nailed the... Or hit the nail on the head. There we go. Says the most depressing, self-deprecating thing known to man while smiling.
Man, I really am useless, yeah.
Hey, you're not late. We're only halfway through, maybe. Not even there. We're almost halfway. Yeah, Byakuya is literally just the ultimate rich kid, basically. Assassin is silly. In the Japanese version, Tagami is the ultimate heir, which does make a lot more... It's at least more recognizable than affluent progeny. Like, what does that mean? Fumi's the ultimate fanfic artist. That's true. Rantaro's default sprite looks like he's high. No, he's just relaxed, dude. Why did the protags ask the dumbest questions? Well, if they were smart, the plot wouldn't work. It's true. He was real sneaky, hiding everything from the others. It's true. Oh, there was an ultimate spy in the manga? I did not know that. He just didn't mention something for like 3 days. That's not sneaky. I mean, it's kind of, you know. He was intentionally hiding it. Okay. No, wait, this is the gift dialogue. Hold on.
Rantaro has a secret.
Okay, we're starting off.
And that's not just my detective's intuition talking. If he were just traveling the world, he wouldn't get into so many dangerous situations. Perhaps it's none of my business, but...
What's wrong?
Shuichi, what's wrong?
No.
No, nothing. I just thought we could talk about your talent a bit more.
Thank you very
I
much.
see. Well, thank you for showing me so much concern. But honestly, I have no idea. What kind of ultimate could I be after all of this?
You got me.
Maybe I don't have a talent at all. Maybe I am here by mistake.
No.
No, Rantaro, that can't be true. I guess if I was mistaken for someone else, I'd have to be the ultimate unlucky student. That wouldn't be a very nice talent to have. Yeah, I think I'd pass on that. Rantaro?
I'm sorry.
What? Sorry. I just started thinking about why I'm even here. Rantaro?
I'm...
Whoa, what was that voice line? That sounded like a completely different person.
I can't stay here, Shuichi. I don't have time for this. That's the same for all of us.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right about that. No one has time to be stuck in a place like this. Seriously, I wonder what this place even is. I just can't figure it out.
Could it be...
It might be some kind of experiment.
No, that's the one that I was thinking. I still am.
You mean, this place is like a research institute?
Okay.
It could be. It looks like a school, but perhaps it's a lab designed to look that way.
And that's a different Danganronpa fan game. That's funny.
So, a facility designed to study ultimate talents. One that was taken over by Monokuma. It seems plausible.
Wow, impressive.
Hey, you really are the ultimate detective. I could really use some intuition like yours.
How should I put
But either way, before we do anything,
I didn't, yeah.
it certainly doesn't seem like a school. You can say that again. Yeah, but we've known that for a while. Come on, Ultimate Detective. I'm sure there's more to it than that. I thought you'd have an idea by now.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No.
No need to apologize. I can't exactly make deductions without more information.
How should I put
But either way, before we do anything else, it's like a game.
I see.
A game. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I remember this one game where you have to escape a room by solving puzzles.
That's a different game.
I didn't win. It was too hard and I gave up. Hey, when I get out of here, maybe I'll use this experience and try again.
How should I
But
put this?
either way, before we do anything else, we have to get out of here. I can't afford to just be stuck in here.
I'm...
By any means necessary, I would do anything. I need to get out of here, or else I'll never reach. You must have a good reason to want to get out of here so badly. May I ask what it is?
Hey.
Do you have any siblings, Shuichi?
Huh?
Huh? Siblings? No. I'm an only child.
Is that right?
I see. Then you just wouldn't understand.
Huh?
What? Why is he so standoffish? Why'd he bring up siblings?
I wonder why.
Well, regardless, you don't have to face this alone. We can do it together.
Man, Rantaro's such a fun character. Why did he have to be the first one to die? You could have made Ryoma the one with the secret. Rantaro never finished 999, so sad. Exactly. I think the ultimate spy did something to Leon's mother. Oh man, poor Leon, can't catch a break. What countries are in Northern Europe? I'm pretty sure Norway and Sweden are one of the friendliest places on Earth. I was thinking more Russia. But I guess that would be Eurasia. I don't know. Because that, with the whole spy thing, I thought that was what they were going for. I'm never telling people anything counted as being a spy. And so I'm the world's greatest spy. True. And he is... What? That's crazy. That's like one of those cartoon scenarios where it's like, actually, my name's been Carl this whole time, but you guys have been calling me Bartholomew the whole day, so I just let you do it. That kind of thing. Don't worry, Rantaro. I'm sure you have a long, fulfilling life, yeah. An angsty loud house situation. Okay, if you say so. I'll take your word for it. All right. Why did the screen go black?
You want to spend time with me. Goodbye.
Okay.
Rentaro and I talked about our common interests.
Oh, this is where the gift giving thing is. That's why. Okay. Here we go.
I wouldn't understand. I couldn't get Rentaro's words out of my head. I needed to talk to him, but...
What's wrong?
Can I help you? He's obviously irritated with me. What should I say?
No.
I'm just checking in. I'm not a hotel, Shuichi. Then I'd rather be left alone. But isn't something troubling you, Rantaro?
It's okay.
I'm fine. I don't want people worrying about me.
Okay.
That's...
I couldn't leave you alone. What? You can't be serious. Come on, Shuichi, save that line for the ladies, huh? I don't know how to respond to that coming from a guy. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm glad that you're thinking about me, but really, I'd like to be alone.
I'm...
But I don't want you to be all alone, Rantaro. I insist. Leave me to my own devices unsupervised. Yes. I want to help you. Help? What for? What for? I just want to help you, Rantaro. Do I really need a reason? Guess you don't really have a reason, then. In that case, I'd like to be alone, please. Alright. You win. Maybe I really do want you to listen to me deep down inside. Maybe that's why I told you so many things without thinking.
That's...
You mean the ultimate useless older brother thing?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I actually have a little sister, but I've been an awful big brother. So you have a little sister. But you've been trapped here. There's nothing you can do about that.
No.
No, it isn't that. This is from before I ever came here.
Huh?
From before?
That's true.
How many years has it been now? Back then, my little sister and I got along really well. We were together all the time. Well, not really. What I mean is, she'd always follow me around and I took care of her, you know?
Then...
Anyway, one day we took a boat trip to another country with the whole family. It was my first time on a boat. I was bouncing off the walls, I was so excited. When we docked, I wanted to go on an adventure, so I snuck off the boat.
How should
I thought I was alone, but my sister was following me as always. I didn't notice. I didn't see her. I was so busy exploring, you know? My sister got separated from me somehow, and she never came back.
Actually...
My parents told me it wasn't my fault, but a big brother's supposed to protect his sister. I couldn't do that. I couldn't. I'm a failure as a big brother. Rantaro. That's the reason I travel the world. I have to find my sister. Everyone tells me that it's impossible, that it's too late now. But until I see her with my own eyes, I'll never stop searching. No matter how long it takes, I'm going to find her. She's waiting for me. I'm not going to stop until I find her, Shuichi. Never.
Hey!
Rantaro, you're not a useless older brother. You're still searching after all these years. If anything, you're the ultimate big brother. You think so?
That's true.
That would really be something, if it were true.
That feels like the natural endpoint. So, what are we going to talk about next? This has happened with a couple of the FTs. What was another one? I think it was like... it was like Yasuhiro's or something, where like we came to a natural endpoint. And then the last one is just completely a non sequitur about like debt or something. It feels like we're going to have one of those. It feels like that might be what was being talked about earlier. But I'm going to go into it with an open mind. Might be fine. Did you just give him a teddy bear and he said it's very valuable? That's funny.
Hey.
Shuichi, perfect timing. I wanted to talk to you about something. Well, actually, it's more like I have a favor to ask. A big one.
Huh?
A big favor? That kind of makes me nervous.
It's okay.
No, it's okay. It's nothing bad. I only ask because I trust you, Shuichi. You trust me?
Get it?
Do you remember what you told me before? That I'm not a bad brother, or that I'm the ultimate big brother.
How should I put it?
Honestly, it really surprised me. I thought that if I told you about my sister, you might tell me to give up too. That's what anyone would say, right?
Then,
But Shuichi, you affirmed my feelings. I was really surprised by that, but also really happy. So thanks.
no.
There's no need to thank me, Rantaro. I was just being honest.
No.
No, please, let me say it. Keeping all this stuff bottled up inside is just too stressful, you know? Anyway,
Sure.
guess I have a sister complex or something, huh? Oh, I see. Maybe my talent is the ultimate sister complex. I don't really think that's a talent. Yeah, you're right. Rantaro dazzled me with his smile. Wow, I'm dazzled. It wasn't his usual smile, the one he puts on to separate himself from others. It was a genuine smile in that way. I saw Rantaro smile for the first time.
Hey.
So anyway, there's a favor I want to ask you. Detectives investigate runaways and missing people, right?
Could it be?
Yes, we do. I see.
Yeah.
I knew you'd know what I was thinking. I hereby officially request the ultimate detective help me search for my sister. You want me to find your little sister?
How should
I
I?
feel like you're exactly what I need. We can find her, Shuichi. What do you think when we're out of here? Do you want to travel the world with me? I'll do my best. Didn't exactly answer my question, but okay. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm counting on you. But I'm still an apprentice. You shouldn't rely on me too much. Come on, Shuichi. You're making me nervous.
It's okay.
It's alright, Shuichi. I promise. I won't rely on you too much. We're a team. We can help each other, right? If we stick together, we can do anything.
Well then.
Well then.
Look forward to working with you.
Okay. Are you sure? I'm not a real detective. You don't sound very confident.
Because
I'm still just an apprentice.
that means.
So, that just means we're equal.
Huh?
Equal?
It's okay.
I'm an apprentice ultimate big brother. So let's go. 2 apprentices teaming up. Between the 2 of us, we'd add up to one pretty dependable person, right?
Okay.
I suppose that's true. Okay.
Well then.
Well
I
then.
look forward to working with you.
The travel expenses. Shuichi, I'm rich, remember? It's fine. I can't even imagine how much it would cost to travel all around the world.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're worried about? Don't worry about that, Shuichi. If anything, consider it like your reward.
Okay.
Okay, that would be plenty.
Well then.
Well then,
I look forward to
working with you, partner.
Please stay by my side.
Till the day I become a real ultimate big brother. Whoa.
Okay.
Of course I will, Rantaro. I look forward to it. As a detective, I promise to find your little sister and see you 2 reunited. 2? Oh, you must have misunderstood. I have 12 sisters, and they're all lost. What? You have 12 sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that story I told you was just my youngest sister. I mean, most of them are stepsisters, but they're real to me, you know? In one way or another, I lost all 12 of them around the world. Wait, really? I think it'll take me a lifetime to reunite with all of them.
Huh?
A lifetime?
Hey.
Hey, you can't back out now. Besides, Shuichi, I'd circle the globe with you as many times as it takes, even if it was the rest of my life. When I get out of here, I'm going to travel the world with Rantaro, maybe for a lifetime. I never expected this would happen. But Rantaro trusts me,
And I want to keep my promise. I want to keep this bond between me and Rantaro forever. Okay, yeah, that was a pretty weird direction. Interesting. The power of Rantaro. Shuichi just did to Rantaro what Kaido did to him, true. Since you like Rantaro, here's a fun fact. In the art book, there's comments from Kodaka about how he wanted to add content for Rantaro, but the script was already mostly done. I mean, yeah. I think Tanko's fifth could have had the second half of it cut and it'd be better. I don't even remember what the fifth one was. A lot of these fifth ones in V3 are shipping content. You know what I mean? The Ultimate Sister Complex definitely goes to somebody else. Yeah. Apprentice Ultimate. Ooh. Yeah. That's basically what the Lil Ultimates are. Like, you know? He really does deserve the title of Worst Big Brother. True. How did he manage that? How dense is he? Yeah. All right. I don't know how to feel about that. I thought it was the sister complex thing, because that is a little weird. It's more of a, like, sort of tropey thing in Japan. So I was going to be able to say, like, okay, probably doesn't, like, translate well to English, you know what I mean? But the I lost 12 little sisters somehow is just ridiculous. That is the most Danganronpa 2 random off the wall garbage I've ever heard. And by the way, I love Danganronpa 2, but it has a lot of moments like that where it's just like there's no way that that's actually happening. Danganronpa 1 fairly grounded, Danganronpa 2 no ground. The ground is gone. All right. I am torn between putting it in S+ or S for that final reveal. I feel like I have to put it in S+ for the I lost all 12 of my sisters, because it makes Rantaro seem like such a bad person. Like, I totally understand with the story he told, how that would, like, happen, and why he'd feel bad for it, and why he's, like, you know, a redeemable character that way, of, like, I made a mistake, and now I'm trying to make up for it. But, like, obviously not if it happened 12 times. It's possible for that to happen. I mean, sure, but he didn't lose, like, all 12 of them at once. Like, he didn't get separated from them that way. Like, his family got split up or something. He lost them all, like, individually. How do you lose all 12 of your sisters in different countries, right? They're in infinite limbo. No logic, no ground. That's pretty bad. What is up with Danganronpa and never writing good sibling dynamics? All the sibling dynamics are weird. Actually, I think Aoi and, what's his name? It starts with a Y, I think. I don't remember right now. I think they have the most normal relationship, although maybe that's just because he only lives for, like, 30 minutes of gameplay, so you don't get to get into any weird stuff. But, like, anybody else who's a sibling, there's just, like, weird undertones to it. It's just, yeah. They all sneak up and follow him without his knowledge. Yuta, that's his name, yeah. Aoi and Yuta are fine. All the sisters are in 12 different countries. It's funny because I was going to make a joke. Like, oh yeah, and then you have to go find all 12 of his sisters, and it's like a reality TV show or something. They never interact, and he dies. Yeah, but he like talks about her at least, so we know somewhat about their dynamic. Kamara and Makoto are also fine. I think there's some slightly weird stuff implied in the later half of the game where everything goes crazy. But for the most part, they're fine. Anyway, Hifumi and his sister, wasn't the thing about their relationship was going to be that she was like like a Celeste-like figure to him who was already abusive to him, so when he came in and Celeste was there, it just like continued. Oh my gosh, the chat is dying. I don't think YouTube's happy with me. Kanata and Ibiki are definitely siblings, and they exist. Yeah, they're fine. Is the stream dead? Is it still going? It should be, right? Okay, but those aren't canon Danganronpa examples either, with like Haru, Kakeru, and Midori. I was talking about more like the main trilogy. It says it lives? Okay. I don't know. I feel like I remember something. Maybe I'm just not remembering it correctly. It also might have been something Toko implied. Because Toko, you know. That technically isn't anything wrong with their relationship, but it's still like, why are they right? Why do they write like this? Alright, Kirumi's and then we're done. Done. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Akane is a caring older sister, you're right. Although we never see her siblings either. Hold on, there we go. Now I get to do British. Okay. There we go. I like this weird mannequin in the background with the Pringles mustache. After the maid, you're free. It's true. Toko is Toko. Exactly. Alright, it's Kirumi.
How can I
Shuichi, how can I help you?
Huh?
Help me.
I will grant
Give me
your
any
wish.
command. I will do anything for you. I don't really have anything to ask of you at the moment.
How?
Why did you talk to me then?
That's...
Well, I was thinking we could spend some time together. Is that alright?
I do not
No,
agree.
not at all. If that is what you wish for, then I will wait by your side forever. So please do not hesitate and request anything. It's not that I want you to wait on me. I just wanted to be with you a while.
That is.
That is a rather vague request. What do you wish for me to do?
No.
I already told you. I don't wish for you to do anything.
How?
Why would you call on me then?
Then...
Alright, how about this? Let's just talk about something.
Understood.
Would you like me to serve you by keeping you company?
Huh?
Serve?
Do you agree?
Is that not what you wished for? No, that isn't quite it. What should I say? Kirumi's a maid. Perhaps that's why she's so insistent about all this. But at this rate, I'm gonna suffocate. Kirumi's being too serious. Hey, Kirumi. Didn't you chat to your classmates in lunch breaks or after school?
Yes.
I had, somewhat. Why do you ask?
Remember...
Well, because I want to spend time with you in that way. For example, perhaps we could drink some tea in the dining hall?
That is fine.
Yes, that is fine. Then let us go to the dining hall. Good, she seems to understand.
What do you think?
Shuichi, what would you like to drink? Tea or coffee?
That's true.
Tea, I suppose.
Understood.
Understood. I will go and prepare it. Please wait. Wait, Kirumi? It's too late. She's already in the kitchen. I didn't mean to make her prepare tea all by herself. Now I'm just staring at a wall. Man. My apologies for making you wait. It is done. Kirumi returned pushing a cart. On that cart was...
Whoa, what's all this?
Yes.
It is your afternoon tea.
Well, I can see that, but I've never seen something so extravagant.
Hold on, we got a... I pressed the wrong button. We got a kitty committee moment. I'll be right back. Alright. I've returned.
There were delectable sandwiches, cakes, and scones lined up on the cart. The tea smelled so wonderful. It put all the other tea I ever had to shame. She prepared all that in just minutes? Is this the power of the ultimate maid?
Please, go
Shuichi,
ahead.
please sit here.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I sat down, but noticed Kirumi standing still, with perfect posture and everything. Kirumi, aren't you going to sit?
But if I sit as well, then I cannot serve you.
No.
I don't want you to serve me. Come down and sit with me.
Please.
I prepared this just for you, so please.
But
May I?
Shuichi, you commanded me to prepare you tea,
I will do my
and I intend to complete any requests given. Please enjoy this tea.
okay. I did not command you to make me tea. You asked me what I wanted.
God damn it. Alright. Internet went out because of a storm. My internet also, like, blipped for a second there. It was a little scary. But we're good. I don't know if this is a GIF dialogue or what. Well then, what should I do today? What is your command? Okay, no, it was.
Kirumi, is something wrong? I heard you sighing.
My apologies.
My apologies. It was rude to sigh in front of you.
No.
I don't mind. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
That does make me feel better. To be honest, I am worried about something.
Huh?
What about?
That is.
Since a part of my memory is lost, I cannot remember it clearly. Perhaps because I am trapped here, I have abandoned my master. From an employer's perspective, it would seem like I disappeared without a trace.
You're right.
I suppose that is worrisome.
Yes.
Yes, to be unable to complete a request.
Kirumi probably thinks that's unforgivable. I'm sure that some people depend on Kirumi to work.
Then
I'm sure your employer's very worried not seeing you at work.
That is correct.
That is true.
Hey, Kirumi. If it's alright with you, could you tell me a little bit more about your employer? I'm interested in hearing what kind of work the Ultimate Maid has done in the past.
Is it?
Since it is confidential, I cannot tell you much. But according to my memories, the last person I served was an author of light novels.
I see, an author. How quaint, a maid that waits on an author.
Either way.
He had so many ideas, but was in turmoil because he could not write them all down. So I offered advice on writing quickly. After listening to me, he was able to publish a novel per month. He was quite grateful.
1 per month? How is he able to do that?
That is.
Before him, I served a politician from a foreign country. I served as his maid, but also acted as his mentor for Mahjong.
A politician who needed a mentor for Mahjong?
Yes.
The country had a peculiar system. They decided everything with Mahjong. I see. The person I served won against all his rivals and became the Prime Minister.
So Kirumi can play Mahjong too. That's amazing, Kirumi. You're always with successful people.
I am a maid after
I
all.
complete requests as a maid would do, which is why, if I serve you, then you will be able to walk the same path of success.
Huh? Me?
Excuse Excuse me.
Shuichi, I see potential in you. Similar to the people I have served in the past, perhaps you are a diamond in the rough? If I support you, then maybe you can become more successful. You think so? I can't even imagine.
No.
You just have not yet realized it. I am not mistaken in what I see. Maybe, but remember, I was only picked to be an ultimate by coincidence. Shuichi, humility is a virtue as well. But you are self-deprecating. You should believe in yourself more. Kirumi. Wow, that was actually useful advice.
No.
There's no way.
How?
Why do you deny this so adamantly?
Because.
I know myself better than anyone. I know I'm not special.
Excuse
You
me.
are clouded by your own beliefs. You're stuck in a shell. Instead of breaking through your shell, you avert your eyes from your future. That is why I cannot leave you alone. Kurumi. I choose my own path. Shuichi chooses Smash. Oh man. I'll be just fine without ever needing your help.
That is.
This is stupendous, Shuichi. You never fail to take actions for your own responsibilities. It urges me to support you even more. So cool. Instead of watching Straw 2 again, you could react to old streams. Yeah, I thought about that, but those streams are very long. I think what I'm probably going to do is look up... either I'll watch them beforehand and then we'll rank them together, or I will look up like a text dump of them if that exists. I don't know if it does. I think Toko still published more books than one a month as the ultimate novelist. I don't know if that's true. I think she just sold a lot of books. That's why she was the ultimate novelist, because she sold a bunch of romance books about fish people. Hello there. Welcome. Truth? Lies? No. Smash Bros. Yeah. Exactly. Alright. Gotta go by here. This is definitely the start. Okay. Shuichi, have you given some thought to what we discussed before?
Huh?
What we discussed before?
That is.
Regarding your hidden potential.
Ah.
Oh, of course. I assume you have not thought about it, judging by your reaction. So you can tell, huh?
I am a maid.
Maids require the ability to sense their master's thoughts. They do not. A maid's abilities, huh?
Hey.
Seems like you're prepared for anything, Kirumi. But is that really expected of you?
That is correct.
If I wish to fulfill all of my master's needs, then of course. Not only their needs, but there are times when I must fight for my master's safety.
Huh?
Fight? What do you mean?
That is.
It is exactly how I said it, although it has not happened too often. Not too often? What happened?
That is.
I served an owner of a conglomerate before. His daughter was kidnapped by criminals. Using his daughter, the criminal organization asked for a ransom equaling the state budget. The owner would have paid it. However, giving so much money to criminals had to be avoided. Fortunately, we knew where the criminal's main base was located. I had the owner prepare my weapons so that I may retrieve his daughter.
Huh?
You mean by yourself?
Yes.
Yes, the situation called for immediate action. Of course, if I had attacked them by myself, I would not have survived. The daughter's safety was my top priority.
What do you think?
Shuichi, if you were in this situation, what kind of order would you execute?
That's true.
Well, you were familiar with the location, so you should know the layout. You could use that to your advantage, splitting the enemy and engaging them.
That is correct.
Well done, Shuichi. Yes, I separated the enemy forces and neutralized them one by one. I'm honestly amazed. Sure, I could think of doing that, but I could never actually do it. I secured his daughter and reached the organization's boss. So, case closed then?
I do not agree.
No, that was not enough. If I had left them as it is, they would have attempted to try again. So that is why... Did she kill them all? I persuaded the criminal leader to start a business.
A business?
It seems as if...
I did not see as much potential in him as I see in you, but he did have some. I told him that if I served as his maid, I would definitely make him successful. He understood the situation quickly and considered my proposal.
I don't know if consider is the right word. He would never have turned down a maid that could take in a whole group.
Yes, of course.
We are currently maintaining a butler service industry.
Ah, butlers, I see. I'm sure that they'll do just fine if they're being taught by Kirumi.
Kirumi to like a class of butler students. You have to be able to read your master's mind. And they all failed.
Kirumi's a super maid with incredible service.
Don't. Okay. Okay. You can't see any chat messages other than your own? That's interesting. Toko only had a few bugs, it's just they were recognized as masterpieces, yeah. Shuichi chooses Smash? Let's hope it's the game on the Switch and not something Magalore would say. Oh, huh. Maybe the fanfic guy published that often, though? Yeah. Ifumi, that's possible. I've published infinite novels. It's just that they're all 4 pages long. Homemade tear gas. That's what had me laughing earlier. True. This part is almost as unrealistic as the Prime Minister one. Yeah. Kirumi is like a character from a different universe that just got plopped in here. Although, to be fair, it's all made up anyway, so I guess who cares, right? You sure she's not the ultimate cop? No. To be a maid, you need to become a psychic, yeah. Psychic maids only. I have a shot. Yeah. Well, you know. If Kirumi was a cop, she would have just killed them all. Not tried to reform anybody. Anyway. I think that's just talk. I think we haven't given the gift yet. There it is. Okay. You're on top chat, not live chat? Oh.
Excuse me.
Shuichi, I think you are misunderstanding something.
Misunderstanding?
That is
Do you think I am the perfect maid?
That's...
From what you've told me, you're absolutely flawless.
Wow, Shuichi, that's pretty forward.
And with your support, anyone can be incredibly successful.
Well, I do appreciate that. I do not prefer to be called a perfect maid machine.
I never said that! I don't think I ever said that.
May I?
Besides, it is close to impossible to help those without potential to succeed.
well...
Well, that may be, but...
But there have been times when I was unable to support even those with potential.
Huh?
That is...
There was such a time when I had just started my career as a maid. A businessman hired me, and he was brimming with ambition and talent. I knew he would become famous, so I did everything I could. I took care of his daily needs and gave him advice. I even worked as his secretary at times. When my master was busy, I would take his place in giving orders to his employees. That is how the company steadily grew. My master was called Hero of Our Era.
That is trouble.
But eventually, my master became unable to do anything by himself.
What do you mean?
That is...
I provided for him too much. I thought helping my master with any responsibility would benefit him. But he cried to me, saying he was unable to make any more decisions.
That's not your fault, Kirumi. They were just too reliant on you.
I do not agree.
No, it was my fault. I only thought about my own actions and neglected my master's feelings.
It may not be a fond memory, but it was a good experience for you.
Yes.
Perhaps I was able to reevaluate myself as a maid. My principles of selfless devotion stems from this
I will
experience.
do my best.
I will not make the same mistakes again. You're like a doting mother.
You're like a doting mother.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say something wrong?
May I?
Please do not call me a mother. We're the same age. Besides, that's what Kokichi calls me, and you don't want to be like him, trust me. That can be taken as an insult for a woman. Think about things before you say them. Okay, I'm sorry. Could she be self-conscious about that?
I will do my best.
I'm surprised you could mess up like that.
May I?
Like I told you before, I'm not an all-knowing perfect machine. I'm just like you, an inexperienced high schooler. Yeah.
I will do my best.
And I will not make the same mistakes again. But there is still a weakness I cannot overcome. It is my most fearful enemy. Your most fearful enemy? What's that? Yeah. Cognac. Is that what she said? Huh?
Cognac.
I cannot cut cognac. Huh? What?
Excuse me.
I assume you have not noticed. I never use cognac in my cooking. Now that you mention it, I suppose that's true. I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
In order to complete a
I have been avoiding it to elude suspicion, but I'm prepared to dice it and use it. Okay, sure. I thought that was going to be a person. And I was like, oh, it's love. No, it's just she can't cut a vegetable, assumedly. Too much humanity to speak the things you said. True. How many humanity do you think you have? True. That's a good question. Look up on BuzzFeed quizzes. I'm sure you can find a quiz that'll tell you. All right, final one. And then after that, I get to complain about V3 for the last time, maybe ever. Isn't that great? You'll never have to hear me complain about it again. How troublesome. Kirumi, is something wrong? You're about to hear me complain. I would fail you as a maid.
No.
No, that's not true. If that's what's bothering you, asking for help and solving problems faster will help your master too, won't it?
That is correct.
That is true. But I do not have a master to serve at the moment. I'm but a stray maid.
Huh?
A stray maid?
May I?
Is that like a Ronin to samurai? I use the phrase stray maid to help you understand, similar to a stray cat or dog. First of all, I don't think those things belong in the same category.
What should we do?
What should I do?
Is being a stray maid that much of a problem?
Yes.
Yes, it is incredibly dishonorable.
Krumi's even more serious than when she told me about her most fearful enemy.
I am a maid after all.
Either my last master disposed of me or no person needs my assistance. That is the same as having no existence.
Really that bad?
Hey.
Kirumi, I have a proposal for you.
You're going to propose to me?
No, even if it's just for a little while, why don't I become your master? If that's alright with you, of course.
That is.
If it is you, then I do not have any complaints, but you will have to pay me. After you sign the contract, I'll serve you as your maid.
Right. Maybe you should be Rantaro's maid instead.
About my salary. The standard is 10,000 per day.
What?
May I?
Sometimes I'll charge you additional fees.
Wait.
Isn't that way too expensive?
Yes.
Yes, I'm aware that it is more expensive than the usual market rate. But I promise my service is well worth it. It will not be a waste of your money.
The way she said that, she's completely confident.
All right.
Alright, I'll pay you.
What? There's no way.
Okay.
You're definitely worth it. It's honestly really expensive, though.
Yes.
Of course, the salary matches the quality of my service.
Such confidence.
I am a maid after
If I say my service is valuable, then perhaps it will encourage you to hire me. But it is also my duty to provide you a service that'll be worthy of your payment.
All right.
Alright, I'll pay you. Can I get a lower quality rate?
Oh.
What do you mean?
No.
That's too expensive for me. Can I get a discount or something?
My apologies.
I'm sorry, but I cannot lower the quality of my service. If I did such a thing, that would be a losing scenario for the both of us.
All right.
Alright, I'll pay you. Are you sure?
Because
If I think about it as an investment for my future, that's not so expensive. And most importantly, you get to keep your honor. Like, Kirumi, is something wrong? She's laughing? Kirumi is laughing?
Excuse me.
I was joking.
Huh?
Joking?
Do you agree?
10,000 a day is definitely too steep of a price. Also, I was kidding about the stray maid thing. Oh. I didn't know you could tell jokes, Kirumi.
Yes.
Yes, such humor is needed from a maid to calm their master. For me, I would tell jokes to my master. To her master?
May I?
Shuichi, I've told you this before, but I feel something within you. I want to serve you regardless of the money.
As your personal maid, allow me to support your future.
Wow, how did I walk ass backwards into this?
Consideration to employing my services?
Wow.
okay.
Maybe this game isn't so bad after all. That wasn't a joke this time. Kurumi's dead serious. Honestly, I feel like Kurumi would be totally wasted on me, but I want to see the same potential that Kirumi sees in me.
You're right.
I'll consider it, Kirumi.
Thank you.
You have my gratitude. I hope it will be a wise choice. Man. Okay. I will complain about it soon. Gaslighter maid. No. Alright. Konjaku, potato, devil's tongue, voodoo lily, snake palm, or elephant yam. Wow, okay. People never stop complaining. I'll have you know it's true. And we end with her complaining too. True. Ripsuki. True. Can you, suck at your job, please? I'm gonna be generous, alright? I'm gonna be generous. And, hold on, I'll give you the tier maker screen. I won't forget again. I'm gonna be generous and put that in B tier. Because it was a personality showcase. I know not, like, a ton went on. But that's kind of the same as what happened in, like, a few of these. The low content ones are specifically just for FDs that literally only have, like, 2 or something, you know? It's not really fair to say it's the same thing. Man, Kirumi could have been a cool character. Other than her being a maid. Well, there's a couple things. There's the thing about the not wanting to be considered like a peerless machine. And then I can actually tell jokes at the end. Which I feel like is actually significant only because Kirumi like gets no characterization in the actual game. Which is why I'm putting it in B tier. And yeah, it's not as bad as these ones, which literally only have, like, 2. So, it's a little bad. Anyway, what I was going to say is Kirumi could have been such a cool character, but, like, the Kirumi in Trial 2 just does not feel like the same Kirumi as that one. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess that's sort of supposed to be the point, because it's supposed to be like, oh, she remembered something, so now she's like a different person. But at the same time, like, what? Also, I've said this before, I think, too. V3's Truth versus Lies debate is, or like the theme of it is so nothing. Like, it's basically an excuse because Kokichi's the ultimate liar, basically. To be like, that's the theme! And like, oh, your talents are a lie. But like, the theme is actually around talent again, right? You know what I mean? Like, Ryoma's lost his talent. Maki's hiding her talent. Kirumi is devoted too much to her talent. All of this stuff. And Rataro forgot his talent. And they got implanted with fake talents. Kirumi talks about how she was a super soldier to her enemies, so it makes sense. Yeah, but I don't know. I would have liked it a lot better if my theory from when I was doing that trial was true, and Ryoma just saw got reminded of stuff from the memory thing, and commanded Kirumi to kill him, and because she will fulfill any request, she did it. That's so much more simple than, oh, she's actually the secret prime minister and she's got like super ninja maid powers, and yeah. Yeah, the Kirumi is basically a Mukuro, yeah. Shuichi's insecure about his talent, yeah. And so is Kaede. She calls herself piano freak, all this stuff. I just feel like the story of V3 started as a story where they were examining, like, okay, but if we gave people talents that weren't even real, like, they didn't even have these talents before they were given to them by the flashback light, would that really make any difference? You know what I mean? It's an interesting concept, but they didn't actually do that, really. But yeah, I don't know. I just, when I was going through trial 2, I was very like excited about it because it was the first Danganronpa trial where I had no inclination of who the culprit was until like almost the very end when I had to pick out the culprit. And I was like, well, I got to narrow it down. This is cool. But the reason why I had no inclination for who the culprit was is because Kirumi was acting so out of character. It was like, wow, the killer is someone who doesn't exist yet. They'll exist after you out them, you know? Anyway, that's my last complaint about V3. Maybe ever. We'll see. So, at some point, probably next week, what I'll do is I will browse through the Straw 2 FDs, because I already did videos on them. So you can go watch those if you want. And I'll just rank them all. And then after that, we will do the Guilty Flag on Channel Quiz Kahoot. That's the plan. Because it probably shouldn't take me too long to rank these guys. You know? Truth versus Lies is a mere gimmick. The actual plot is that fiction matters and reflects reality, which is what we were set up to, but it tries too hard to keep the lie gimmick. I mean, I guess they're saying fiction is basically a lie, right? And that's their justification for Truth versus Lies. But I don't know. Yeah, it was definitely like fiction versus, or how would I phrase that? It might just be a translation thing too, honestly, because it's kind of semantical. But yeah, it's like the theme is essentially like the placebo effect in motion. Like, if you give someone power, or if you give someone the belief they have power, they will act as if they have that power, and thus they actually somehow gain that power. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, this was a long stream. I'm curious how you'll do the Kahoot. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I will just do the quiz on Mentimeter, which we used for emote stuff. Which, by the way, we should probably do another emote vote. But I'll tell you in the member chat when that happens. So, soon. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. If I've got time. Actually, no. Let's go with Monday. I don't think I'll have time tomorrow. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Like the stream. Subscribe. 2 games about placebo in a row. Kind of. And I will see you next time.